Captain America: Brave New World.
A brave new
The
world.
the fourth installment, of the Captain America franchise, now with Sam Wilson or Anthony Mackie as Captain America. It's the direct sequel to Falcon and the Winter Soldier TV show, right? The Disney Plus show.
What are you fucking talking about?
This is to me, it's a movie that's a sequel to the Incredible Hulk movie because it's pretty much takes place with a lot of things. It connects directly to the Edward Norton Incredible Hulk movie.
Which nothing had ever connected to that.
The little things are sprinkled, but this one literally is like the biggest connection. Almost everything in the movie, minus you don't get the actual Bruce Banner the Hulk. That's the only thing that was missing. You don't get that's the only thing you don't get. You don't get Bruce Banner's
the
Hulk.
better Hulk. The better Hulk.
But you get the same bad guy. You get the same bad guy. Well, one of the bad guys. You bring back the girlfriend. You don't get back the same general.
No, well,
R.I.P. R.I.P.
This movie had his issues, right? Apparently, in production, they had a couple test screenings that didn't go well, and had to retool the movie, which cut out a lot of people that were in the original version of the movie.
Seth freaking Rollins.
Such as the WWE superstar Seth freaking Rollins and Alita Battle Angel, right?
Oh, she was in this?
She was supposed to be in it too. Supposedly, also Bruce Banner was supposed to be in the movie, but I never saw that. I mean, he's the only one. He's the only one in the equation from the. He was the only one in the equation from the Incredible Hulk movie that's not in this movie. He's the only one. But that's not to say that this is not a good movie. This is not a good. Well, he already had him in She-Hulk, and we can forget about him now. And you had him you had Abomination in Shang-Chi, but this is not a horrible movie. A lot of people are really crapping on this movie. Like they're hating on this movie a lot, which I don't understand. I don't understand the hate for this movie. Because
but
whatever it is, I don't know what the hate is, but it's not a bad movie. It's not a great movie. It's not a great movie.
That's the problem.
It's not Captain America: Winter Soldier, but the thing is, you're dealing with somebody who is not super soldier enhanced.
It's more like like Captain America: Winter Paperboy.
If he's not super enhanced, then how is he surviving the landings at
that's all
miles?
You know what? That's all suit. That's suspension of belief. No, that's all suit, right? That's all. That's all.
Telling me you're gonna believe that? I mean, you're not gonna believe that. I mean, it's possible.
That's all. To me, that's all. That's all suit related. Like it's very much like he is Iron Man. Like it's kind of they're trying to take the tone of he's Iron Man, just a regular guy in a suit. But he's just not as charismatic as Tony Stark or as Robert Downey Jr. The movie
or Chris Evans
But I mean, the thing about the problem is that with the Chris Evans Captain America with Steve Rogers Steve Rogers had these fantastical sequences where he was trying to pull down a helicopter, where he was fighting all these crazy people. Sam Wilson doesn't have that. He has wings. He flies.
He's a total Red Bull right there.
And he has a shield, and he has a little he has a little red wing like toy.
And his Mexican companion,
right? Yeah.
Cuban companion.
Again, I don't know. Whatever. In the comic book, he's supposed to be of Mexican descent. In the movie, he's from Miami, so I'm assuming he's Cuban. So, but I'm not. But I'm not gonna crap on the movie because it wasn't a horrible movie. I had a fine time, and the movie moved fast. It was in the second rewatch, like out of nowhere, what? In my rewatch, like you get from point A to obviously the biggest thing that was spoiled by the trailers, which I don't agree with that they spoiled the Red Hulk in the trailers. I think they should have not at all spoiled the Red Hulk. I think the movie would have been a bigger surprise if you didn't spoil the fact that Red Hulk was in the movie. But I get that they wanted to sell toys, they wanted to do all this stuff, so they had to kind of
they had to reveal it because the toys come out like usually like
a but toys always ruin it. Legos always end up ruining like parts of the movie, or sometimes those things never happen in the movie. But yeah, it's I think this movie could have done way better if you would have kept the Red Hulk a surprise. Although I will say the Red Hulk special effects were really good in the movie. Other special effects weren't the greatest.
You can kind of see which ones were like part of the reshoots.
Yeah, certain green screens did not look good. Certain green screens did not look good. But I will say that Harrison Ford's Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross really did bring the movie up.
I think he's
because he was really good in this movie. You can tell he was a man that was trying to change, because obviously, yes, he was played by William Hurt before, but now it's Harrison Ford. But you get the sense it's a different character.
Sorry, the line from the trailer is not even in the movie too. They're like, you look like a different man.
Yeah, it is. It's in the movie. They told I like to change, like the whole mustache. It's in the movie.
No, they made the change, but they didn't say that line because
Yeah, they did. They told them about the mustache.
Watch it again.
You missed it because you only watched it once, like a normal person.
Yeah, I saw it twice.
But Harrison Ford is the standout in this movie. Every time he was on the screen, there was different emotions that he was putting out there that were like from anger to sadness to worry. Mm-hmm. Like he was doing a really, really good job with what he was given. Like with the part, I have a feeling his part was a lot bigger, and a lot of things were also cut. Like I think a lot of things were cut from this movie, that affected overall the movie itself, right? It was affected. I'm not gonna say this is a horrible movie. I enjoyed the movie. The thing is, Anthony Mackie,
sounds like Will Smith.
He doesn't command the screen like he should in the movie. He does a good job. He doesn't do a bad job.
His Captain America is more diplomatic.
Yeah, he's more sympathetic. Well, because you also have to realize that I understand the character. He's a counselor. He does all this other stuff. He counsels veterans, but as Captain America, or as the center point of the movie, he wasn't holding my interest as much. But he didn't do a bad job. The action sequences were really good. The Tiamat battle sequence, like the flying when they're going against the fighter jets, that was really good. Watching it in Dolby, like with the sound, that was great.
Go to your local AMC, just check it out.
The final act where he has to go up against the Red Hulk. I thought that was really good.
Spoiler.
It's in the trailer. It's not a spoiler.
Yeah, but you said it was a final act.
I think people shouldn't trash it the way they're trashing it. But my issue with it is that it's not really a great movie, and Marvel has been struggling for years now. And if you're going to come back with something strong to draw the people back. And the problem is that this isn't doing that. All this is doing is trying to close gaps that have been left open because of the garbage that they made before. Like finally the Celestial that's sitting in the ocean.
No, we're going to ignore that one.
Closing up the Hulk storyline and just setting up what's coming in the future. And I think because what's his name? Feige's back. They're trying to clean up the mess that was made before. And that's the problem with this movie. That it's not a standout like Winter Soldier. Winter Soldier was a great setup movie for other stuff, but it had a strong story. and this doesn't have that. This is just
espionage.
This is just throwaway. This is just like, let's set it up for the next movie, and that's the problem with this movie.
I don't see that. I think some characters were misused. You're gonna say Giancarlo Esposito. I think he can do way more. He's not special, but he's his character and his ability as an actor can do way more. And in
Spanish,
I'm looking forward to see what. Yeah, I know, right? So I'm Milana. I can see them doing way more with them later on, as like the guy they try to capture before they get to the next bad guy in another movie, but still escapes. Like, till I see you again, that kind of guy. I can see him doing that more often in other movies.
We're gonna get more. We're gonna get more Thaddeus Ross. Harrison Ford is signing on for more movies. I'm sure we're gonna get
82.
I don't know, but we're gonna get. We have to get more Giancarlo Esposito, right? Because he was good in what he did. Like in the few scenes he was in, he was fine. He wasn't horrible. There's nothing in this movie that I'm gonna say was horrible. That's the thing. Like the movie being bashed, I don't understand why. Because again, I was entertained. I enjoyed the movie. Although I will say, all of a sudden you get Anthony Mackie as Captain America, and now there's hip hop in this movie everywhere. You notice that?
Like, what is this, Black Panther? All of a sudden, it's crazy.
Like
same thing.
They didn't play like country music when you had Steve Rogers everywhere. They didn't play like rock and roll music when it was like white Captain America. You could have still just had the military music, just like
Beyonce
the Winter
makes
Soldier.
Country music. Excuse me.
Oh my bad.
She doesn't. That's not country.
Grammy winning album.
Shouldn't have won anything. Her album's
no,
garbage.
But you know,
come at me.
But you know what I mean, like you get a Black Captain America, then all of a sudden you have to infuse the movie with all this hip hop. When the Winter Soldier or the other Captain America or even Civil War, they all had military music for Captain America, right? Every time he was on, it was more military stuff. There wasn't any.
It's also
it was stuff like that.
It's also the setting in which he's at, because a lot of the Captain America stuff that had a lot of that military-ish music was in the past. In a different time where like certain music
in Winter Soldier and Civil War, all this stuff, it was still militaristic sounding, like a soundtrack, right? But now all of a sudden you get all I don't mind it, but it's like it just doesn't feel like it didn't feel Captain America-ish. You could have still kept it with like there was also no memorable music in this, like no memorable score for Falcon or for this Captain America.
The movie is not memorable as a whole.
I like the song in the credits. I don't know what it is.
Yeah,
it's not bad.
No, see, and I'll agree with you. The movie is not memorable. It's not a memorable movie. It's not something to be like, oh, I'm gonna put it next to Winter Soldier or all this other stuff.
I'm gonna watch this twice.
Still better than Thor 2.
Yeah, well, still better than Dark World for sure, but still, it's not. It's by no means is it. It's
as good as
be in the
Marvels.
top. It's gonna be no. It's better.
The Marvels.
I think it was better. I think it was better than the Marvels.
Marvels is good.
Fuck that puto.
You tripping? The Marvels is good. Captain Marvel's a different thing, but
bro, you real Larson.
You're right. You having a stroke? But I will say people should give this a chance. I know its budget was 180 million production wise. I don't know how much more they introduced into it after the fact, but it's already made its budget back, right? It already made its production budget.
Yeah, so people have watched it. So I mean, everybody's entitled to their opinion, but this is not a great movie, and this is not.
But it's also not a horrible movie.
But it's not. I don't think it's a great addition to the MCU. It's just one of those movies.
It's a transition movie.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
But it's a transition movie that actually
has no great story.
But it has a purpose to move.
Yeah, just to set up other characters. Well, we're going to bring in the Red Hulk. No,
you're bringing in Red Hulk. You're also getting
Iron Man 2 was pointless.
Yeah, there are those movies, but there are also good movies that could be watched and stand alone.
Yeah, but it moved the character along. That's what it did. And
that's the problem.
You have to move the character along. You can't.
Yeah, but you got to put a good story in it. You still have to put a good story. Winter Soldier did that. Winter Soldier gave you a great story and set up other stuff.
But that was a character that was being introduced. So you're excited about everything being put in there. So you had a different expectation. With this movie, you already have an expectation going in. So you don't have anything set up as an expectation. You don't have a preset thought of like, this is the way the character should be. In reality, the Black Falcon as Captain America is not a super old thing. There's no massive stories to it already. It's just more of a contemporary story of that is pretty new. It's not that old. It's like what Captain America's 50s, 20s, 30s.
Irregardless, this movie is
a
throwaway movie.
Well, I liked what they did with the Captain America character itself, because number one, it's a crisis of identity movie, right? It's like he doesn't know where he fits. He has
they
to
don't
come
really
to grips that
explore
he's not
that much, though.
Yeah, a little bit, but he has to come to grips that like everyone has to understand that he's not Steve Rogers, but yet he also does act like Steve Rogers, like in the way where he is trying to find the good in people, like he uses more, like it's a different type of thinking. Like the way he thinks is similar to Steve Rogers, which is why he fit as the Captain America.
Even
why
Bucky
he was given the Captain America. That's I liked what it was. Is like yes, you have to. He's like in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier is like you get introduced to him as Captain America and him building to become Captain America. But now, how does he handle the mantle of Captain America? Right. And I liked it. I liked that they brought back Pineapple Head Captain America. Right. They brought in Latin American Falcon. Right, the Falconer. There was just things that I was looking forward to. There was things that I was looking forward to that were cut out, which I think I would have liked to see the original version
just
before.
Just see Saffron.
Yeah, I wanted to see where they were going to go with that, with those characters, with the Alita Battle Angel, with all this other stuff, with even Bruce Banner having him in. I don't agree with Falcon being able to fight the Red Hulk. He would have broken every bone in his body. Number one.
Yeah.
He's a regular dude, not super enhanced.
And throughout the whole thing, he kept saying, "I should have taken the serum." The serum.
Like and the way he talks him down, and all that, I didn't mind it. I didn't hate the movie. It wasn't the greatest, but it was enjoyable for what it was. If it was an escape from the world for a bit, I had a good time. That's all I can ask for in the movie. Let me enjoy some time. And this wasn't pushing any other agenda. That's what I like. This movie wasn't trying to push anything on anyone. It was just telling the story of Falcon or as Sam Wilson as Captain America. Now that's all it was, and I didn't mind it.
And there was that little the Russian the Israeli gymnast that was
which was also very she's dwarf, right? Because she was very tiny, very, very tiny.
Taller than us.
Yeah, it's true. That's like she's like 6 feet compared next to us. But she also reminded me of the she also reminded me of the principal from Kindergarten Cop, the little old lady. That's what she reminded me of.
Tell me and be honest.
Who is your daddy?
What does he do?
But do I recommend it? I recommend watching them. I like the movie. I didn't think it was.
If you're going to continue with the MCU and see where it goes, you have to watch it. But to me, it was just a throwaway movie.
But like you said, like it's a cleanup movie. You have to have that
movie.
Throwaway. He said throwaway.
I said
but like you said, it is a cleanup movie. It's a movie that has to tie some, dot some I's and cross some T's for things that were left open. And there has to be movies that do that, but like you said, there are movies that do that but can also progress a character. And does this movie do it? In part, but I think
there's still more.
There's a lot more to unpack.
It does say he'll be back, so
I mean, it closes a lot of holes from 17 years ago.
But I'm glad they're not going the route what they did with the original Marvel movies, where they kill off these main villains. Like, no villains technically die in this movie, right? So you can reuse them in other movies.
I mean,
hint, Tim Blake Nelson's the leader, right? I liked that character. I like the character, but that's an Incredible Hulk. That's a Hulk villain, right? That is a Hulk villain. Red Hulk. You have the Hulk, but you have the Red Hulk, but you need the Hulk. You need him to go
to World War Hulk.
I don't know, but I would want to see something like that. I would want to see Hulk versus the Red Hulk, but not this Mark Ruffalo talking Hulk, right? I want to see savage, angry, crazy Hulk.
Ed Norton Hulk.
No, even then, think about that. Like, if you go back and you watch that Incredible Hulk is not trained to fight. He barely knows how to fight. He just knows how to destroy things.
Yeah.
Compared to Thaddeus. Yeah, but compared to Thaddeus Ross, I'm just the Hulk himself. He's like, but Thaddeus Ross is just like you mentioned, he's a trained soldier. He should know how to throw down. So which to me was like, oh, it makes sense why he can automatically do some of these things that the Hulk took a while to learn how to do.
I mean, he ended up looking like a bitch next to the Falcon, but whatever.
No, he just calmed down. He just calmed him down. But
he stabbed him with a wing and exploded him.
Okay. It's a vibranium wing. It's okay. No, but if you guys saw Captain America, Brave New World, what did you guys think? Did you guys hate it? Or are we completely off point? Was this a horrible movie? Do you guys regret watching it? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe. On that note, this has been Vinny.
Zazzy.
Anna.
We'll see you guys next time.